Greetings and salutations. This is a video response to Veritas48. He recently uploaded a video called 5 Questions for Atheists. And I'm going to attempt to answer these questions today. First question. Yes, I am looking at the video right now. If you could choose anything to say to God upon death, what would it be and why? I would say I was a Christian and I searched for truth, the best of my ability, following the reason that I was granted. Why did you hide yourself, God? Why did you create um, hell? Why did you allow the suffering of so many people when you had the power to stop it? What is the point of creating people at all? What was the point of killing people at all, as you did, with your own hand, as outlined in the Bible? What was the point of only saying, only allowing people that specifically believe the Bible entry into heaven? When the Bible is shown to be, full of errors, and basically it paints you, God, as a rampaging maniac. Why would you do that? If you're benevolent, all-knowing, all-loving, etc., etc. I guess it would just go on and on. I can talk for a long time. So basically, I would probably forestall my going to hell for at least a day in human time. Just rambling about, why did you do this, guy? Why did you do that? I like to ask a lot of questions, as people that first meet me find out. Second question is, what sort of evidence would I find sufficient in order to abandon atheism and become a believer in God? Well, that's a toughie. Because I could say that it requires evidence X. The whole God coming down and saying, basically revealing himself to the world, to everyone, simultaneously doing some sort of miraculous thing for everyone, living at a certain address, living on Earth, forever. Simultaneously taking care of all the problems that the world has, because he can. And that wouldn't really be sufficient, because you see, theoretically speaking, of course, there could be an alien race that, with sufficiently advanced technology, could produce any sort of effect, at whim, at their whim. So it's a pretty difficult question to answer, because basically, you could say that the God of the Bible, the reason that he is such a dick is that, he's not God, he's just some dude with a bunch of high-tech technology. And it looked like miracles to, the simple people of that time, or to us today. So, I guess my answer to the question is, I don't know. Third question. Do I think the new atheist movement is ultimately a good thing or a bad thing for free thinkers and skeptics? The new atheist movement being defined as basically the atheists that are more anti-theistic, the ones that don't really have any sort of respect for religion, the Christopher Hitchens of the world, etc. I think they're good or bad. They're people. It's a different argument. different arguments are good. I could be put into that particular category of new atheist, anti-theist, whatever, um, because I have no respect for religion at all. I respect, people, but as far as religion goes, they can take a flying leap. Um, there basically is different strokes for different folks. Some people go um, the route of, atheists being, generally respectful of everyone and everything. Some people go the route of being a raging mastodon of atheism, and every shade of gray in between. So, to each their own. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. Diversity is awesome. Yeah, especially since, like I said, I'm probably one of the, I probably could be considered one of the new atheists. Let's see, question number 4. I'm just tracking. What sorts of decisions are affected by my atheism? I guess all my decisions. Because before, all my decisions were affected by my Christianity. The fact that when I die, I was going to see Jesus, and I was going to live forever in heaven, basically. So, granted, I would want to hold on to my life a little bit longer, but, ultimately I didn't really care what, if I were to die the next day. I'm like, well, I lived, did what I could, and I died. Now I'm in heaven. Awesome. Now, as an atheist, I look at things a bit differently. Especially the United States. I see, basically, one of the things that really, that is really, that atheism really affected is the decision of what I wish to pursue as far as like studies is concerned. I would like to understand more about the way that the human mind works, psychology, because one of the main reasons is that I want to know how religion could really start. And as a formerly religious person, that's pretty important to me. And as a person that is an atheist in basically a world of, in a country of believers, that's pretty important to me too. So basically, there, a lot of my decisions are affected by, atheism. Basically, main one is to try to keep in mind the fact that I only have this particular life, this particular moment in time, and to really try to enjoy it, really try to do something with it, something that I find worthy. Don't spend time, um, in self-loathing or, in pain that's self-inflicted, that sort of thing. Pining over people, that sort of thing. Before I run out of time, let's see. What is more important is the 5th question. Gaining true beliefs about the world or not gaining false beliefs about the world? It's about the same thing. You gain, the two are tied together. Gaining true beliefs means not gaining false beliefs. How can you, you can't really gain you can't really focus on one without emphasizing the other. That's what I'm saying. So, they're both the same thing to me. I know it's probably not the answer that you were looking for, but it's how I read it, and it's how I answered. So, thank you for the question, sir. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors, and have a good night or day.